Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. JOTA, and I'm so happy to be here and let you know, for all those of you who still don't know what is going on right now, let me tell you that Radio Monte Carlo, like 1 hour ago or something, they just dropped a massive bomb, man. It was a major blast because they are claiming that PSG is already thinking in selling Kylian Mbappe. As you can imagine, this changes every single thing, because last night when we heard Giuseppe Redol saying that, I don't know, this is getting so complicated, don't rule out anything though before the 31st of August and stuff like that, it was kind of pessimistic stuff, a pessimistic message. So to me, it was kind of disappointing. But now that Radio Monte Carlo is claiming this, my heart right now, it's like bumping really hard. Okay, let me tell you what. Radio Monte Carlo has been, over the last months, one of the sources that was all the time claiming that Kylian Mbappe was going to stay in PSG one more season. He was not going to be sold to Real Madrid or any other club in the world, right? So that's why these news are so important, because they are coming out from a radio station who has been claiming all the time that Kylian Mbappe is not going to play for Real Madrid this summer, is not going to sign for Real Madrid this summer. So if they say that, it is because they know something, right? So let me expand a little bit more the information regarding to this article, because it's not only that. What they have basically said, it is that PSG is going to offer again for the 5th or the 6th time to Kylian Mbappe another offer to renew his contract, right? They will put again a lot of money on the table and things like that. But we don't have to be afraid of that. And the reason is because, as we know, Kylian Mbappe doesn't want to renew his contract with PSG, and what he really wants is to sign for Real Madrid in this summer, right? So we shouldn't be afraid of that. It is the last try that they are going to try, is the last attempt that they are going to try to retaining Kylian Mbappe in PSG this season, right? And to me, it makes a lot of sense, because they are still insisting in keeping the player, in retaining the player. But the problem is, I think that they are aware that the player, no matter how much money you can throw on the table, that he will keep saying no. So now that they are understanding how difficult it's going to be to renew Kylian Mbappe, because what he really wants is to play in Real Madrid, their mind, Al-Khelaifi and Al-Thani and all these people, in my opinion, they are starting to change a little bit their mind and say, okay, if we already have to Leo Messi, Ashraf, Sergio Ramos, Neymar, I think that it is pretty fair for us to release Kylian Mbappe, because he has been such a professional player. He has been giving, everything he got for helping us to reach the top levels in Europe. They did the semi-final in the Champions, they did the final last year. So in my opinion, Mbappe has been a very top professional player. So I think it's fair enough for them, it is fair enough for Kylian Mbappe to be able to decide his future. And if his decision is about to sign, if his decision consists basically in signing for Real Madrid, shouldn't be any problem. Shouldn't be any doubt about that. People from PSG is really tough, and we know that. But if you are trying to compare the situation of Kylian Mbappe with all those past situations with Verratti or Neymar, are completely different. Neymar, the problem was the war that PSG had with FC Barcelona, because they were really angry to each other because of what happened, the prior season with Verratti, because Verratti wanted to sign for FC Barcelona, and there were a lot of beef and drama and problems, and that's why PSG and Barcelona were not getting along at all, and that's why all these signings, all these players moving from PSG to Barcelona failed completely. But when it comes to Real Madrid, when it comes to Kylian Mbappe, it's a completely different world, it's a completely different situation. Number one, the relationship between Florentino Perez and PSG and Al-Khelaifi has been always, clear and honest and very good. So no problems and no drama between both of them. That is the first thing. Then, when it comes to the institutions, Real Madrid and PSG are super clear as well, honest institution, so no problems at all in that in that aspect. So there's no excuse, man. I mean, why are you keep saying no? And the funny thing here is that I'm going to expand a little bit more the information. It is that aside of the last offer that apparently PSG is going to offer to Mbappe for the last time, they have contacted, just in case just in case Kylian Mbappe says no again, they apparently have contacted already to Richarlison. I mean, Richarlison, the Everton player, might be the replacement for Kylian Mbappe in PSG. And it's funny because Richarlison was sounding a lot this summer for Real Madrid, for signing Real Madrid. I didn't really believe that Real Madrid was really interested in signing Richarlison, because although Carlo Ancelotti knows Richarlison, to me, Real Madrid only was super focused in signing Kylian Mbappe, and that's it. And the other thing, Richarlison is a player that you can sign for about 80 to 90 million euros, so it's a lot of money. And to me, all that money was going to be only on the table for Kylian Mbappe. That's it. I mean, you have to keep in mind, we didn't reinforce the defense, we didn't sign more midfielders, we didn't reinforce the right back. So to me, Real Madrid is really 100-200% focused just on signing Kylian Mbappe. So of course, this is a major blast, and of course, I'm so happy, and that's why I wanted to share it with you all, because I know that some of y'all guys are really, excited about that, like me. I mean, it's the same. All those Madridistas all around the world, we are super excited. And I mean, the last week has been really, crazy, because one day they used to say, okay, it is going to happen, Kylian Mbappe is going to sign for Real Madrid, and then the next day it was the completely opposite way, the other way, saying that Kylian Mbappe is no longer signing for Real Madrid and all the stuff. So we were kind of crazy trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay, what is going to happen? Is he coming to Real Madrid? I mean, is he not coming to Real Madrid? Whatever. So we were kind of, crazy. But now, today we have to keep in mind, look, yeah, another notification dropped to my laptop and saying, yeah, the PSG, everybody is talking about that right now. PSG is not closing the door to a possible sale of Kylian Mbappe. This is funny because, the 90% of the world right now are talking about this news, because it's very important what Radio Monte Carlo has claimed 1 hour ago. So that's what I was saying. It has been a kind of crazy week last week, because it was all the time like a kind of roller coaster. One day, yeah, we are going ahead with Kylian Mbappe. The next day it was no Mbappe anymore, things like that. So to me, I think that we really deserve to see how Kylian Mbappe signs for Real Madrid, because I think the player, in my opinion, the player really deserves to play for the team that he really wants to play in, and that team is Real Madrid. So he's been, 4 years playing for PSG in the top level, scoring a bunch of goals every single season, helping to everybody in PSG to reach the top levels. And of course, it's, good enough for PSG. It's been good enough for Kylian Mbappe and for everybody, all the things that they have reached. Aside of the French League and all the stuff, they have been for the first time in the top levels in the Champions. And it didn't happen, never in their history. They were never, to me. PSG has been always, a kind of secondary team, not the most important. He always had a good project, but never enough good project to win the Champions or things like that. But over the last 2 years, it's been completely different. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Kylian Mbappe has earned the right to decide about his future. And hopefully these people from Qatar and PSG, Al Khelaifi and all these people really understand that Kylian Mbappe really deserves to play in Real Madrid if that is what he wants, if that is his dream and stuff like that. In my opinion, he really deserves to be in Real Madrid and play for Real Madrid and sign for Real Madrid. And now that we know, by the way, the date for the people to come back to the stadium, it's going to be September 11, then I would say, man, that we would love to see Kylian Mbappe wearing this jersey, the Real Madrid jersey, and that day. It is going to be challenged. I don't want to say, okay, I don't want to assume already that we are going to sign Kylian Mbappe, because of course it's going to be a very tough negotiation and stuff like that. But to me, this has changed everything completely. So now I tend to think that Kylian Mbappe will be there, and we have so many chances now to sign Kylian Mbappe if PSG is now more flexible and open to negotiate for Kylian Mbappe. So cross the fingers, guys, because this is getting closer, and I think that we are in the right way to sign Kylian Mbappe. So now let me know your thoughts about that. Just comment in the section below, and of course subscribe to this channel, Real Madrid Hub.